Yeah, it was, Tom, quite frustrating. If you look at the way the game panned out, to be fair, it could have gone either way. You know, both teams, had chances and half chances, but I guess just that little bit of extra quality in the final third. We made enough entries into the box, but I think that just wasn't there. A bit of desperate defending by them. I'll give them some credit too, because they threw their body on the line quite often as well. But it's quite frustrating, particularly the amount of how early the time wasting started as well, and it's quite surprising from a team like Sydney FC who are fighting for championships year in, year out. They're one of the two big clubs in the competition. Let's be honest, they're effectively playing at home. So I thought that was quite surprising. Again, whether that's respect to us as well, it depends on how you look at it. But they did enough to win the game, however they needed to do it, and you've got to give them credit for that too.
Is this a match you would have got something out of had it been played in Wellington?
I said in the post-match interview that when I was asked about the game potentially being played over here because of the reasoning that there were no stadiums available, I made it quite clear to the football club how I felt about playing in Sydney, which should have been a home game for us. I'll just leave it at that. And I also said it better not come back to bite us as well. So I made that very clear at the start of the season to them.
Was that the reason that they said there was nowhere to play it?
Tom, I won't go into the reasons why, okay? Put it this way, I don't think the club thought or had the confidence that we would have the season that we're having at the start of the season when they made a decision.
Were there any other alternatives?
Yes, there were. We had almost 23,000 at Eden Park last week. We could have played there again today. But like I said, I don't think they had the confidence and the trust in my players and my coaching staff to have played and found an alternative in New Zealand, because there were alternatives.
As a defender, you would have been unhappy with a couple of the way Sydney got through you. I mean, it wasn't overly complicated.
No, but it was one of those where we worked on their movements, and one player comes into a pocket when the ball's in the wide area, and it was just a simple. And again, like I said, you can't switch off against them. They've got quality in the attacking third, and like I said, as soon as Broski comes on, he still affects the game. He did it last week against the Mariners. He came on and he affects it again. But like I said, I was pretty disappointed that we weren't able to stop that ball that went across. And then, like I said, he had time and space to turn, face forward, and put a ball through our defence. But like I said, it wasn't through a lack of trying. The boys they're staying disciplined. They're believing in themselves. We're playing some good stuff again, and it just so happens that when it's a tie game like that, it takes a little bit of quality to break the deadlock, and they proved to be the case. Okay, and I'm not disappointed with my players. It wasn't an easy game as well. We knew that Sydney weren't getting results the last couple of weeks, that they were going to, fire up for this one as well. But we tried. We played. We had a certain plan where we tried to play between their lines and break them. But just like I said, that last little bit wasn't there today. So we need to just keep working and keep progressing.
How's Dylan Fox?
Not good. So I'm concerned about him. From my understanding, it's a 6 to 8 week injury, so effectively that's his season. The kid's waited awfully long for his chance. Been working extremely hard. Finally gets it. That's football, and so he's one of us. So it's important that we look after him as best possible. He's pretty down, like the rest of the boys are, to be fair.
What did you make of the pitch?
Yeah, I was told that it was in great nick. We trained on it yesterday. It wasn't. There was a lot of sand that came out from underneath the players, and players' welfare is important as well. It's the first time anyone had played on that surface as well, from my understanding. But it hadn't have given enough. There wasn't enough time for the grass to have been laid for us to play. But like I said, they had to play on the same surface. My issue was the player welfare. Like I said, there was a lot of sand being sprayed. We couldn't play the game that we wanted to play as well. Moving the ball quickly between lines and things like that. The ball stopped quite heavily.
There's a lot of talk about what you'll be doing next season. Given what you just said about the club and not having confidence in your playing group and coaching staff?
At the start of the season, Tom, not now. At the start of the season, I can understand why they decided to make that decision, because they didn't believe that we'd be in this position right now. So, can I understand it? Probably. Like I can understand everybody who was probably sitting here thinking that we're going to be wooden spooners. I can understand that because of our budget being the lowest in the league, being hard to attract players, the fact that our licence is expiring next year as well. I get all that, Tom, right? But like I said, when I got asked the question, I made it pretty clear. Does it affect what I do next year? No, it doesn't, or the year after that, Tom. I'm fully focused on this football club and ensuring that we see the season off the best way we can. That's all I care about. It's right now. Am I in discussions with the club? Yes, I am. Do I want the standards raised at the football club? Absolutely. Do I want to try and entice better players at this football club and improve the environment? Absolutely. The players deserve that. The club deserves it. The fans deserve that as well. Do I want to vie for things every year? Yes. And I think I'm pretty clear. I'm ambitious. I'm driven. They know what they're getting with me as well. Right? So I've made it pretty clear to them. Are discussions ongoing? Yes, they are. I don't care about what's going on with the noise outside. Right? I've come in here to do a job. And like I said, we can progress that, Tom, but it's a little bit bigger than that because we've affected the football club. We can affect the game now at New Zealand. The Federation are coming together with our club, all right? And I think that's also pretty positive. But if they're going to continue to wait and not make things happen, I've given them a deadline. I won't tell you what it is, but they know what's going on. And I'm giving them the opportunity to improve. Like I said, I think the fans and the players deserve this club to start to improve, not just sit back on their backside and just be another number. They know what they get with me, right? And I'll continue to drive that because I want environments to improve.